we can start our search all at once. You know what to do. I need your aid. Stop them. Infinite wonder.
It doesn't look like anything's here. Maybe we'll find something back at the western campsite. It's worth a look.
That was weird. I don't know what happened.
Do these guys get paid to fight us or what?
Did you not just like sneeze? What happened?
No, like I was just sitting there, and all of a sudden, like, I just had a real bad cough.
Come on, let's hurry. This
You
place
gotta
feels
stop
right
smoking.
somehow.
I think I saw someone over there. Let's go. Where'd that dude from before go?
I think I know.
Oh no. Oh no, bro.
New brew.
No, it can't be. I'm afraid so. He's no longer with us, but we've at least found his resting place. That's some comfort. What? We all stood before a grave, created 15 years ago I wrapped the blanket around the stone, tying it securely so the harsh desert environs wouldn't steal it, like it stole the light. Malfira put her heart and soul into this blanket.
Come to view the right.
When I returned to see... Is he... I couldn't face her as a... He's... fine. He said the
Oh, thank goodness.
She was relieved. I was... He said thanks for...
Of course he won't. We made sure of that.
Malfira's joy was contagious. I'm not sure if my act was convincing, but I knew. When her own grin softened, I knew my ruse had failed. If anything, my...
Oh, I can't thank you enough for delivering the blanket.
It clicked. Malfira knew what she was. She knew what I was. But now, nothing bound her to the world. And I watched, tears in my eyes, as the
Somewhere deep down, I knew I had died. It was the day he left for Dolly. I'm not sure what happened.
Malfira.
Oh, hush now. I bent the truth too, didn't I?
Malfira brought her hands to her chest and looked up to the...
Do you think he liked...
He was overjoyed. You found the best thread. She smiled her last to me. Before we went to Dolly, I wanted to confirm my suspicions about Malfira.
Dolly? No liner's been out that way for about 15 years now.
He explained that the last ship to Dolly was filled with scholars and their families. But 15 years. She'd been waiting 15 years.
This game didn't need to make me sad like that.
Sure it did.
Before I was ready to part ways with Malfira for good, I decided I realized that she had been right. With both sand and wrapping the blanket around the new gravestone, I looked up at the full moon and saw 2 shooting stars falling through the night. I turned. It's okay now.
Hated every part of that.
We entered to find Shanae violently. Timel rushed over, grabbing a phial of healing and supporting her shaking head.
He poured the concoction into her mouth. It became clear why he was so antsy back at Sierra's store. Toxic pigments could be dangerous, and even the most pressing forward. I gave her a cursory exam. These symptoms are—
You know what?
Lyria's voice. I do. I've seen the Simel's eyes shot to me.
Truly? The local doctors have been useless. They just give her
As much as I wanted to refuse. In that moment, I'm not a medical professional. Sure, I know a formula that might ease her symptoms, but it's not—
Please.
Ugh. Now, the deal was sealed. And it had nothing to do with Lyria, Vern, and Captain Goody Two-Shoes staring. Fine. The world's cutest genius alchemist, Cagliostro, is on the— He left the studio and hurried back.
Help.
Perfect. The component should be somewhere around here.
We need reagents attuned to water. Let's sweep the area.
Roger that. My eyes are wide open.
Don't mind if I don't fight you guys.
Hell yeah, that was sweet.
Momo?
Right.
Sniff out
I
any
won't lose
trouble, would
focus.
you?
You're a mean water spirit. Why don't you play nice? All we have to do is collect this stuff, right?
Yep. But we'll need more than that.
An ambush!
Seems our sweep wasn't thorough enough. We better check any spots. This one's suspiciously large. Let's smash it and see what it's
I
hiding.
love when a plan comes together.
Now I'm fired up.
You deserve the credit.
Don't you know?
Are those spirits protecting it? Either way, looks like we'll have to go through them. We need to find a sled! Too late to run.
We have enough mineral components. Next up, we'll need crystallized Psygoteers.
Zyga? Those flapping eyeball creatures? I think I saw some further up ahead. Sorry, Cagliostro's in a hurry.
Convenient. Bingo. Pardon our intrusion.
Janae's counting on us. Let's do it! Snack time!
Now's our chance. Say goodnight. Keep focused.
You got it!
We can handle that.
Let's roll! Roly-poly! Oh no! Poor eye monsters!
Oh, yes! Bring your tears to us!
Thanks for the backup! Anytime! Aurora! Right behind me!
You were unstoppable.
Say more.
Snack time!
No pushover. All support.
Cagliostro wins again! So, did we get the tears?
Of course we did. I even had time to distill them.
Cagliostro, over and out.
The moment the potion reached Shanae's that medicine will only temporarily stop your symptoms.
Still.
Shanae was not the only one feeling more relaxed. With tensions eased, I decided it was an autoimmune disorder of the nervous system, caused by irregularities in the body's ley line structure. Common side effects included reduced function of the lower extremities and unrelenting. Of course, the prescribed painkillers and fever reducers had not been effective.
But the formula you made for—
Sure, but suppression isn't treatment. And besides, there will be unfortunate side effects if she used—
Please don't apologize.
Brave little thing. She had done nothing to earn her lot in life, but suffering claimed her all the same. Though the world was built—
Hello there.
playing Lancelot's right now, and I'm in a party with the boys.
Nice.
It was a bright day when
I'm gonna
Baron,
be right back with it.
Valeria, the captain, and I went
Bye.
back to the studio. Shanae was staring out the window with a dazed smile. So the formula was still working. Good.
Crazy how you invited yourself to the studio to see my sister's paintings. And now you're her personal pharmacist. Serendipity's funny like that.
If you feel like repaying me, how about you finally cough up some art and show me around?
That's a fair price. Everything in the studio was painted by Shanae. Feel free to get close. Admire the details.
Previously, I had managed only a distracted glance at the studio's walls. But this time, I saw visual creativity exploding off them. I wasn't an expert on art, but even I felt the vibrant energy bounding from her drawings. Powerful, powerful pieces swirled around me like a hurricane. And one painting in particular, it was resonant. Sketches were littered about the floor, too. And even they were filled with vitality. How could such a feeble body muster such vivid work?
Oh yeah, about that pigment I bought when we met. Want to see it in action?
Taking the vial from a shelf, Heimel poured the pigment into a dish and mixed it with oil. A few swirls later, and the color had transformed in a way that was more chemistry than alchemy. Intriguing. Takes a specialty product to make that hue. Heimel smiled and handed the freshly prepared paint to Shanae, who was already mid-painting. A bead of sweat trailed down her brow as she swabbed the tint across her canvas.
I believe in Shanae's talent. Look at her. She's amazing. I just have to get the world to
Got me hyped.
It's nice having a supportive sibling. I meant it.
I never know how to read your tone. But, well, her condition made me realize how precious our time together is.
Heimel, who clearly had never known abundance, smiled like the richest of
Bro,
merchants.
there's no one over here.
Though Shanae had been left
Welcome.
with a raw deal.
Yeah, thank you.
If only I could go back and tell my own sister. You are my courage. I hoped these siblings, at least, would
The
understand what they
SBA
meant
break
to
with the
one another.
boys.
I even prayed a little.
You what?
The limit break with the boys.
Nice.
Fucking the power of teamwork.
It'd be cool if there were like specific like
Lyria and Valeria became
chemistry
active
limit
when she left
breaks.
the studio.
Like if they all had a special
be
one.
pretty cool.
When Shanae finished, I felt much the same. Her pieces were charming. Even what my true reason for visiting was out of concern, not interest. She was battling an unpredictable.
Oh, that's gonna kill me. Fuck.
You dare waste my time with your after Heimel left.
After all you've done,
Her voice quivered.
I don't know if I could say this.
Tears began to.
Without me holding him back, he could find someone and settle down. He is such a kind.
I interrupted her. I don't condone this, and look, I've been in your shoes. There was nothing the village doctors could do, and I was abandoned by damn near all, for the dying hope was cheap. It was better to look inevitability. There was one person who stood beside. She was with me the entire time, keeping me warm in the shadow of death. And in turn, I continued to detail memories of my sister. Over 2,000, she hung on to every.
Dude, why are all these sad?
When I concluded my story, to my disappointment.
How did you get better?
Simple. The curse of genius. I developed an entire. I couldn't suppress. She nodded along, not quite understanding. I couldn't blame her. Imagine your body is a jar and your soul is water.
You can do that sort of.
Shanae, don't insult me. She grew silent as gears began to whir in her head.
Could you?
Well, but I could relate to her. If you really want to go through with this, I can. It wasn't going to be simple. The soul swap was messy on an experienced alchemist's psyche, much less a mundane girl's. It could very well be a fast track to the grave. And to inhabit an alchemized body was destroyed. Shanae had no knowledge of the arcane. She was struggling to grasp these factors, so I opted for a simpler route. Even if your memories, knowledge, and personality make the jump, you will never feel the same. Your senses will feel full. Take, for example, the sky. We each paint it in our own way. One may clumsily blob some white on a blue background, while others might choose a deeper hue or express the clouds with more definite contours. Art is a negotiation between the artist's mind, eye, and hand. Even I, genius that I am, finally, it means you won't be human. You'll have to maintain your body.
But
Shanae looked down at her hands. It was never an easy decision. Even my sister begged me not to abandon my mortality. The silence was deafening. Shanae was considering her past, and there's no reason you have to make up your mind now. As long as you found an I turned to leave.
wait! I don't care about losing my art.
Her tears were she bore the pain of losing her creative soul, even with my infinite understanding of the universe. I couldn't. You sure you don't want? She shook her head. I led her down this path because I, on some level, felt we were alike in our suffering. But the truth was, I had if anything, I felt like I understood Heimel's position more, just like how my own sister had won. After leaving the studio, I made a list of all the materials the procedure would require. It was going to be a pain in the homunculus to gather everything. I had my sights set on the Pillar of Vayoi. Due to the high concentration of arcane—
Wait till you see! Shanae's paintings are breathtaking, and I'm not—
Curse that proud face of yours, Heimel.
Cagliostro's coming for your cores, Mr. and Mrs. Spirit People!
And while I'm at it, I might pick up a few alchemical reagents in the process. Great. This won't help anyone. Useless trash.
I listed my dresser to sell it on Marketplace
Uh-huh.
for 150, right?
Yeah.
One of the first dudes that reaches out to me, he's like 70. Fuck you, bro.
Bro, you offered me literally half of what I asked for.
I call them target practice.
It'd be one thing if you were like 100.
Dark and light cores.
Yeah. I just got someone else who was like 120, and I'm like, yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Hooray! Finders keepers! Sounds like we're making good time.
Great. This won't help anyone.
When I was selling my Mustang, before I was leaving Germany, I was getting blown up because I sold it for probably way less than I could get it. But I was really just trying to get, like, it had a few problems, but I was really just trying to get rid of it fast enough, you know, to make sure I sold it before I left. And people were like, oh my God, for that little? Because, you know, it being an American car and being in Germany, so I had people left and right fucking...
Head back to check, just in case.
You're joking, I missed something? I did miss something. And then I just ended up selling it to some guy in my shop because his wife really liked it and thought it was cute. And I was like, by all means, I'll give you, like... And he actually offered more than I initially asked for it. And I was like... I had just like recently made a few repairs, so I got like my money back and a little from the repairs and a bit on top, you know, nothing crazy. But it was nice because I was able to, you know, sell it to my buddy whose wife really wanted it and get it out of my hands well before I actually needed to. Because that's one of the things that I was worried about because I was getting so close to PCSing at the time. I was like, dude, I just need to get rid of this. Like, whatever money I can get off of it is completely fine.
Yeah, I felt.
talent. Throw a few spirit guts in the old extractor, and we'll have prime crystals on our hands.
What now? Don't worry about it, Mr. Lizard. Wanna head back to town? It's true. Cuter is better.
When we returned to the studio,
Schnee told me everything.
we were shocked to hear his refusal. I'd like to hear the reason from her mouth. She's the one he grimaced.
Schnee has dreamed of being a successful artist ever since she was small.
In his fervent voice, you could hear how long he'd been supporting his sister, praying for her success. And now,
Finally, Schnee will be recognized for her talent.
I wasn't sure whether he was gritting his teeth.
Schnee's been waiting so long for this.
Because you deserve to live your life.
Brother and sister stood opposed.
I've never thought of you as a burden. I supported you because I love you. It's a
No one doubted. More than anything, he wanted Shanae's efforts to bloom into something beautiful. But he'd never been in Shanae's position before.
Bro, did I just like pick the most soul-crushing fucking characters Fate episodes?
Must have, bro.
Shanae's attitude changed after
Cagliostro, forgive me. I was selfish.
figures. You needed. Actually, that was the reason why I asked Heimel about his objection.
We're sorry for wasting your time.
New body.
But you said you would give
I reached into my pocket and pulled out a bottle of pills and a note. I present to you my genius medicine for slowing the progress of Lycerian fever syndrome. I calculate it's 3 times more effective than the previous tonic. Not hard to manufacture either. I'll give you the recipe. Stop by.
Wait, Cagliostro?
It wasn't obvious? I needed some stronger base reagents to help synthesize. My crewmates looked at me with irritation. But when you've lived. While we're on the topic, I did a little more research. Experts say that ley lines rebalance themselves after a number of years. Problem is, most people die before.
Cagliostro. How can
Shanae was so overcome with emotion. I didn't mind her silence, though. Excess sentimentality always spoiled the mood. Right. So about payment. The founder of alchemy developed a new Heimel swallowed.
I'm a fool. You're absolutely right.
I think there's been a misunderstanding. Shanae and Heimel both. Seeing harmony restored to the studio was a wonderful feeling. Sometime later, You have my payment from Shanae and.
Sure do.
From behind the counter, Sierra pulled out clear skin, dewy eyes, and a
Not that I have to explain it to you. Lots of folks have said they'd like to buy this pretty picture.
Of course. Who wouldn't want a portrait of me?
I was surprised to hear you knew Lady Shanae. Must be a fancy lady.
Wait.
Indeedy. Youngest artist declared a master in a good long while. She's really made a.
I had seen it before. It filled me with a resonant vitality. Just as I think, in all my years of filling vessels with spirits, I had never procured an
Are you sure?
I laughed. A few million rupees for a miracle? Chump change. Unbeknownst to Sierra Carte, I got away.
Woo! It had a happy ending, Sean. It's okay.
That's good.
Oh, hi.
They did mention homunculus in it, so
Just as pretty as I had started to wonder if I'd ever see the little. We talked for a bit, and I learned his name was Vaughn. I knew which.
No,
hospital
Vaughn?
wanted to pop
No,
up,
I hate this.
But I didn't have time to humor. A hospital in Seed Hollow was in dire need of medicinal ingredients, so it was off to.
Okay.
Well, that was easy, considering how he kept pests.
I know better than to get in the way of your job.
You got that right. Aw, how sweet. A little
Stay safe out there.
I will. As I left to meet up with the crew, I made a mental note to pick up a souvenir for my biggest. Sweet. think that's everything on the list.
Good, because this heat's killing me. Let's get back to the ship.
Like how Vern's in these Fate episodes carrying around the little transceiver like we can talk to Roland.
Holy. Could be a sign this place is ready to blow sky high.
Well, I'm not sticking around to find out. Let's keep moving.
Being boiled alive is bad enough. Now I gotta deal with wyverns?
I think the ground's sinking into the magma.
God damn. There's no way that just happened to me. I'm having to do a volcano escape thing like we did when we first entered Fondom, you know? I got knocked off the fucking map and it made me restart.
Nice. That's crazy.
Like I was just trying to avoid some enemies, some wyverns. And it was like, and I got hit by like a fucking meteor and it was like, yeah, you better restart.
They said it'll be easy, they said. This bite.
Oh, I want some up close shots of the dresser. I'll be right back.
Okay.
I'm sorry I ever set foot in this oven. Ow, hot. Can't go that way. If we can get to that higher ground over there, that should lead us back outside.
Can you pick up the pace? The magma's rising even faster.
Shut up, Vern, I'm trying, bro.
It's our turn.
You can just fly out of here. I'm like, I can't do that. There's no way that's it.
I think we're safe here. Maybe.
Man, I really worked up a sweat. At least we didn't lose anyone.
Grand Cypher's just up ahead.
Technically, Zeta, you fell in the lava. There's a fight up here for sure, right? Yep. There it is.
What are the odds of bumping into a golem in here?
Who knew I had so many fervent fans? Thanks for making a gal feel loved. And to show my appreciation, I'm gonna turn it up scratch.
Way to fight, Red! Take that sucker down!
That's the plan. What?
Cake.
Say
Cake.
your prayers. Hey, what's this? A piece of rock from the golem? I like the way it glitters. Might make a neat souvenir for a certain someone I know. Yep. Mission complete. Welcome back, Zeta! Vaughn was the first person to greet me when I returned to Seed Hall. Here, I got you. Whoa! I'm a pro at picking out gifts, if I do say so myself. After Vaughn wouldn't stop thanking me. I honestly did.
It's amazing how you made it out of Fondom without a scratch. Anyway, it's cool that you're being...
Huh?
Are you blushing?
His confidence was respectable. Admirable, even. But, talking to you makes my...
Does that mean you're...
No. It means years from now, Vaughn's gonna be breaking hearts.
Yes, can I help you?
Hey there, Zeta!
How did he always know when I was in Seed Hollow? He was...
Are you free today?
I mulled it over for a bit. A picnic.
Oh no!
His puppy dog eyes bore into my soul. How could I not to mention they can be terrifying? You know what? The weather's great. His face lit up with joy. I didn't have to think too hard about that. When it came to
This must be the lad I've heard so.
A few days earlier, I was in the ship's lounge telling the captain about Vaughn, when Vasaraga happened to walk in. So he listened without saying much.
Hi, mister!
I half expected Vaughn to cower from Vasaraga. But instead, the boy dropped.
Call me Vasaraga.
Vasaraga looked at me, then at Vaughn. Then
So that's how it is.
I peeked into the bag he gave me and did a double take.
These come highly recommended by Vern, Lyria, and the captain. You should...
For the call me crazy. But it almost I rummaged through the goods and caught sight of one sandwich stuffed with melon slices and another with peach. Hey, great pickups, Vasaraga.
Go for it.
Cha-ching! Vaughn and I said our goodbyes to Vasaraga. And we found an open bed.
You look really happy.
I was jamming an ungodly amalgamation of fruit, bread, and whipped cream into my face. Yeah, more or less. I like...
That's good to know.
There was no chance in hell Vasaraga picked out these cute sandwiches all by himself. The thought of him stomping through the aisles of a shop filled with cupcakes and cookies.
So,
Are we an... Look, he's just my coworker. He opened his mouth as if he had more to say. But I guess he changed his mind.
This Fate episode is kind of adorable. I'm not gonna lie, Sean.
Why are you lying?
Oh, you're right. My bad.
Good afternoon, Zeta.
It was another gorgeous day. Vaughn came bounding over to...
I wanted to give you something to say.
He held out a beautifully wrapped box. It's... I didn't know what to say. Kids ought to be spending their lunch... Are you sure you want me to have this?
Don't you know it's discourteous to appraise...
How do you...
Papa told me.
Oh, great.
I wanted to show you how much I care, so I saved up my allowance. 0 carton...
Vaughn stared at the ground as he spoke. Stealing an kid put his feelings out there in the only way he knew how. In a situation like this, I could never live with myself if I trampled